What's up, everybody? It's Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and I am back with a Monday episode of Magic for the Working Class, the series where I make deck techs for under $100, because currently we all know that the economy sucks, and, you know, the slow descending spiral towards inflation and all of that fun stuff. So, everybody should be able to, escape from all of that wonderful fun stuff, and Magic should be affordable for everybody, no matter what their economic circumstances. So today we have Kuja, Genome Sorcerer. If you like the videos, feel free to subscribe, only if you feel I've earned it. This one's coming in at about 84 bucks. And without further ado, Kuja, Genome Sorcerer is a 3/4 for 2 generic, and Rakdos. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/1 Black Wizard creature token with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then if you control 4 more wizards, transform Kuja. Remember, Kuja is also a wizard, so you make the wizard, then it checks for the 4 or more. When you transform Kuja, it becomes Trans Kuja, Fate Defied. If a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead, so you get to super shoot people with your little wizards. Now for our supporting cast. We have ourselves Anathemancer. I love this card. I had forgotten about it until I was going through my bulk bin, and whenever Anathemancer comes into play, it deals damage to target player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. Friends, play more effects like this and Price of Progress, especially in budget decks, because if you are punching above your weight class, if your friends have all like $500-600 decks and you have a deck under $100, play things like Price of Progress, play things like Anathemancer. You cannot go wrong with them. We have Black Waltz number 3. It's a 2/2 for 2 generic and Rakdos, and Flying Death Touch, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz number 3 deals 2 damage to each opponent. So an extra little backup ping effect in addition to Kuja here, which will flip back around. We have Blazing Fire Singer, enters prepared, and it becomes a Seething Song. It's a cheap way to, ramp out fast mana when you need it for a later point in time, right? Play it on turn 3, and then use it for a time that's timely and unique. We have Bloodline Necromancer, lifelink, and when Bloodline Necromancer enters the battlefield, you may return target vampire or wizard card from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is pretty good. If you keep this in your hand and just let Kuja die at some point in time, or Black Waltz has died, or Dark Confidant, for example, or Anathemancer, you can get it all back. Pretty fun times. Speaking of Dark Confidant, at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand, and you lose life equal to its mana value. Yes, it hits you, but the goal here is to race your opponents to the bottom. We have Emeritus of Conflict, which is a 2/2 for 2. First strike, and when you cast your 3rd spell each turn, mind you, this counts as a spell, it becomes prepared, and then you can use it to the Lightning Bolt, and the Lightning Bolt will proc your wizards. Erebor Flamesmith, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. We have Fandaniel, that for some reason makes me want to go Fandango. And then Telephori Asien. Oh my goodness gracious, Final Fantasy friends, what is this name? 4/5 for 5, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you surveil 1. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent may sacrifice a non-token creature of their choice. Each opponent who doesn't loses 2 life for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. This guy gets really strong really, really fast. I actually might do a deck tech on this guy where it's just him and then a giant pile of removal. Oh yes, that does sound good. You know what? I'm gonna write that down. Fandaniel. Look at that. This is an audible right here. We have Firebrand or Archer. Does pretty much the same thing as Erebor Flamesmith. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. We have Gleeful Arsonist, so whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Gleeful Arsonist deals damage equal to its power to that player. That is an excellent effect, and is going to round out to punish them for them playing their spells, in addition to you punishing them for you playing spells. We got Gutter Snipe, so whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Gutter Snipe deals 2 damage to each opponent. We have Iron Crag Pyromancer. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, Iron Crag Pyromancer deals 3 damage to any target. We have Mysidian Elder. Mysidian Elder. Whenever this creature enters, create a black wizard. With whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's there to get us some more black wizards. Same with Queen Brane. Brane or Braun, I don't know. Prowess, and whenever Queen Braun attacks, Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a 9-creature spell, it shoots at each opponent for 1. Then we have our sad robot with his terrifying art in here. So that is what he is here. He gets you a land, draws you a card when he dies. Sorceries. We got ourselves a Blasphemous Act. We have Cathartic Reunion. So the Cathartic Reunion will draw you some cards. Circle of Power creates a black wizard creature token. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Wizards you control get +1/+0 and gain lifelink. Cornered by black mages, target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token. You know what they already do. Making wizards is good. Exsanguinate. So if you manage to ramp up a lot of life, you can drain everybody and gain from it. Faithless Looting. Discard 2, draw 2. Feed the Swarm. Destroy an enchantment or a creature. Lose life equal to its mana value. Flame Rift. 4 damage to each player. Mana Geyser gets you a bunch of mana so that way you can play a bunch of your stuff. Don't overlook the fact that if you play this, you can potentially get Exsanguinate for a lot. Night's Whisper, draw 2, lose 2. Overmaster, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast can't be countered, and you draw a card. It's a cheap little thing to play out the ping before you do your Exsanguinate or your Mana Geyser. Risky Shortcut, draw 2, each player loses 2. Romantic Rendezvous, discard a card, draw 2. Sign in Blood, target player draws 2, loses 2. Strike it Rich, create a treasure, and then you can flash it back. Also pings people when you cast it. For our instance, we've got a Braid, so that way we can shoot something for 3. We can also destroy target artifact. We have Aphotic Wisps, which is target creature becomes black and gains fear until end of turn. Draw a card. We have Bedevil, it's removal. Big Score is part of those discard draw effects there. We have Chaos Warp for some removal. Corrupted Conviction. Sack a creature, draw 2. Cremate. Remove a target card in a graveyard from the game. Draw a card. These are the easy, cheap spells that you can cast to just get lots and lots of pings off your wizards. Crimson Wisps. Target creature becomes red and gains haste. Draw a card. Expedite. Gains haste. Draw a card. Dark Ritual for fast mana. Deadly Dispute. Sack an artifact or a creature. Draw 2. Make a treasure. Fake your own death. This is really good because people are going to try to kill Kuja. So somebody tries to kill it. You target it. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you gain a treasure token. Cards like these are incredibly strong when you have arch enemy commanders. Fire Magic, you can tier it. So paying extra 0, it does 1 damage to each creature. 2 deals 2 damage to each creature. 3 deals 3, or 5 does 3 damage to each creature. Hero's Downfall. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Infernal Grasp and Murder, also removal. Same with Overkill. Terminate is also removal. We have ourselves Shock, shock something for 2, and then, ping people with your wizards. Thrill of Possibility and Village Rites are both like sack creatures, draw cards, this one's discard, draw 2, this one's sack a creature, draw 2. We have Transpose, draw a card, discard a card, you lose 1 life. If this spell was cast from your hand, create a 0/1 black wizard. Thunder Magic, kind of like the Fire Magic, except for it deals targeted damage up to 8, depending on the level that you use. Yeah. We have Wizard's Lightning. This spell costs 2 less to cast, 3 damage. Undying Malice, play it on a creature so that way if it dies, it comes back. And Unexpected Windfall is another one of the discard, draw 2, create a treasure. So the whole goal, you see a whole bunch of those draw and gain. That's there to refill your hand as you're slinging these spells and murdering people. For our artifacts, we just have Arcane Signet and Rakdos Signet and Tablet of Discovery for mana rocks. Tablet of Discovery, you can add 2 to double red to cast on instant or sorcery spells. And then we have ourselves Black Mage's Rod. Job select, so you get to create a hero. A crypt creature gets +1/+0 and becomes a black mage, right? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deals 1 damage to each opponent and is a wizard in addition to its other types. We have Kaya's Ghost Form. 1 second. My daughter came in to show me the little squishy ball that she has, and then turn off the lights. So we're in dark mode now. But yeah, Kaya's Ghost Form. Again, enchant your Kuja, so that way if it dies, it comes back. Lots of recursion, because Kuja does cost a fair amount of mana, right? It is a 4 cost, and then having it cost more than that is just gonna be a pain in the patoot. For our lands, we are running 29 basics. We are running a Command Tower, a Bajuka Bog, and then a couple of the little budget, what do you call it, fetches. Tainted Peak is in here. We have Rakdos Carnarium. You know, a couple of the cheap duels are also in here. This should always come into play untapped because you have so many basics. But that's the deck. Let's go ahead and see if Moxfield hates me today. All right, we're going to zoom out by one. We are starting with a 5-land hand. You know what? I will take it. Turn 1, I'm actually going to drop down Shadow Blood Ridge. Doesn't do anything on its own, but we don't really need it to. We're going to drop a Swamp. I'm going to drop this over here. Drop a Swamp. Next turn, I'm going to drop my Mountain. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 mana available. Next turn, we're going to play a Swamp. And then I am actually just going to play Mysidian Elder, and I'm going to make a Wizard. There we go. Next turn, draw. We're going to play a Mountain. And I am going to play Circle of Power. I draw 2 cards. I lose 2 life. And I get to create a Black Wizard. Also, my current Black Wizard already shot everybody for 1. So we have 3 wizards out here, right? Next turn, we go and... Ooh. This will come into play tap since I don't have a Mountain or anything in there. But I'm going to play Kuja. Kuja's here. End of turn, Kuja is going to create a wizard. So we'll have 3 wizards in play. And then Kuja is going to flip. Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wizards, right? We'll tap this in a different way. There we go. We're going to say during the opponent's turn... Actually, we're going to tap it that way. They do something, and we're going to cremate something. So then this is going to deal 2, 4, 6 damage to each opponent. We draw a card off the cremate. Next turn, we're going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to put Bajuka Bog down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Kaya's Ghost Form on my Kuja. This will shoot everybody for 6, 2, 4, 6. I'm going to do this. Tap there. I'm going to play Erebor Flamesmith. And I think... Oh, do we sit? I'm not sure if we sit. We could play Gleeful Arsonist. You know, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit. During an opponent's turn, though, we are going to cast Deadly Dispute. We are going to sacrifice our Mystic Elder. We're going to shoot everybody for 2, 4, 6, 7. And we're going to draw 2 cards, and we are going to create a treasure token. We are going to draw for our turn. We're going to play a Mountain. We have plenty of lands now. So we've already done like 18 damage at least, plus a little bit extra here and there. So we've probably done about 24 damage to each opponent. And that is without having a whole bunch of extra stuff. So what we're going to do on this turn is I'm going to do that and tap this. I'm going to play Flame Rift, dealing 4 damage to each opponent, but it's going to shoot everybody for 7 first. And then 4. So that's going to be 11 damage. I then am going to cast Unexpected Windfall. I'm going to discard Solemn Simulacrum. Everybody gets shot for 7 again. So that's 14 on this turn, in addition to the 24-ish that we had before. So we've hit people for 38 damage. And we also get to draw 2 cards. We still have 2 mana available from our lands and 3 here. So I am actually going to play Overmaster so that my next spell can't be countered. This will draw me a card. Everybody gets shot for 7. We're going to say a couple people are dead, right? I'm going to go ahead and play Dark Ritual, which shoots everybody for 7. And then with that Dark Ritual, I'm going to cast Hero's Downfall on something. which will shoot everybody for 7. And then I am going to shock something, shooting everybody for 7. And I'm going to expedite, which will draw me a card and shoot everybody for 7. So on this turn, we Flame Rifted, Deadly Disputed, Unexpected Windfall, Expedite, Shock, Hero's Downfall, Dark Ritual, and Overmastered. All in one turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did 7 spells. Each doing 7 damage to each player, or each opponent, plus the 4 from that. Yeah, we did an absurd amount of damage. That is what this deck can do for under $100. You just got to protect your Kuja. Even if you don't have your Kuja protected, and you have to recast it again, you might end up having a bunch of wizards, right? That was pretty sick, like, opening gambit. Yeah, holy cow, that was good. Here, you know, turn 1, I'm going to go ahead and drop that, crack. View library, we're going to throw a mountain into play. There. Next turn, we're going to throw down a swamp. We're just chilling. We're vibing, right? Next turn, we're going to throw down a Smoldering Marsh, which comes into play untapped. We're going to throw down that. We're going to throw down Tainted Peak. So we have 4. We may as well throw Kuja down. If you're playing at a low... like, this could probably hang at the very lowest of bracket 3. Next turn, we drop a swamp. I would say leave a black mana floating at all points in time now, so that are available, so that way Undying Malice can do its thing. We're just gonna Flame Rift on this turn. Shoot everybody for 1. End of turn. We get that. We have 3 wizards. Next turn. We don't have that floating, so we're going to drop that down. End of turn. We create a wizard. And once again, we flip Kuja. Now somebody tries to kill it on their turn. We're going to go ahead and playing Undying Malice. Immediately shooting people for 6. And then we get this here. Kuja's going to come back. Flip. Turn over. He's going to get a 1/1 counter on him because he's got Undying. And then we get our turn. So we have 3 already, right? We go to end of turn. We create a wizard. And he's just going to flip again. So now we have 4 of them. And we have all these instants in our hand, right? Like, we've got no reason to not be doing them. So, during an opponent's turn, I think that we will Infernal Grasp one of their things. So we lose 2 life. And we shoot everybody for 8. I'm also going to probably Strike It Rich to create a treasure token. Shooting everybody for 8. And then may as well flash it back to shoot everybody for 8. So on that turn pass around, we shot everybody for 24. Next turn, in addition to the Flame Rift, right? And the turn before where we shot everybody for 3. So we've shot everybody for 31. On this turn, 1, we're going to Aphotic Wisps, draw a card, shoot everybody for 8. We are going to Feed the Swarm somebody, shoot everybody for 8. Shock somebody, shoot everybody for 8. And we're gonna assume by now that this is close to killing everybody. We're gonna Deadly Dispute. Spell goes off, trigger on the stack. We get rid of this, we shoot everybody for 6. We draw 2 cards. We create a treasure token. We're going to play a land. Yeah, we shot. So this 8. Yeah, we shot everybody for 24 on this turn. Well, we've already shot them for 31. This is insane. This is a good deck. play the deck. It'll kill people, I promise. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe. Again, this deck's under $100 still, coming in at like 82, so on the higher end of the budget. But, again, has a massive amount of room for upgrades. So, like, as you get money, you can add things like Jessica's Will in here. You can add the Rituals proper in here. You can add ways of getting infinite mana. You can add damage doublers in here, that sort of thing. Just, like, lots of little pokey dudes. But, as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. This has been Magic for the Working Class, and I hope you all have a great week.